keto can be very expensive between organic this, organic that, grass-fed this, grass-fed that, and olive oil, avocado oil, all those types of things. But I'm here to tell you that it is possible to do the ketogenic diet on a budget. And without further ado, we're going to take a trip inside of the dollar store right now, and let's see what we can find inside of the dollar store to do a ketogenic diet on a budget. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is ABJ, and if you're new here, please consider subscribing. I have a ton of content coming out on all things keto, weight loss, fat loss, intermittent fasting, prolonged fasting, and so much more. And in today's video, we're going to be doing a bit of a Dollar Tree haul for all things keto, and let's see what we can do here. All right, so without further ado, we're just going to get straight to everything we have. I have everything right below me, and let's just get straight into it. All right, so first up, we have some cheeses. We have mild cheddar cheese here, and the carbs on this is 1 gram of carb per serving. There's about 5 servings for this pack right here. So that's not too bad. That's about average of what you will find with any type of like cheddar cheese that you find in the supermarket. And just to get a nice size here, so that's a pretty good deal. And next up with the cheese, we have pepper jack cheese. And this one has 0 grams of carbs, which obviously is a great thing if you're on keto. And this has about 5 servings in it, and the typical amount of calories and things like that you will find in cheeses. And the good thing about these two cheeses here is that the ingredients are not, there's not like any type of fillers or whatever. It's the typical stuff that you will find with cheese, like cultures and milk, things like that. Okay. Next up, we have some pistachios, just like a nice little small bag, like a little travel pack or anything like that. You're take this to work with you, or if you're out on a road trip or something like that. This is something great to buy, or if you're just at home, you just want a quick snack, this is something great. And I like the fact that it's in a little pack, so then that way it's kind of like portion control, because with nuts, you can get nuts and end up overeating. So it'd be good to have like a nice little small baggies, so then that way you can have portion control as well. Okay, and by the way, I'm not going in any particular order, so it'll be from cheeses to veggies to all kinds of things all over. And speaking of veggies, we have, now by the way, dealing with the vegetables real quick, I don't necessarily recommend buying like frozen or canned or jarred vegetables too much. Maybe jarred sauerkraut or something. I will recommend getting like fresh vegetables and even organic. But again, this is about keto on a budget. If you don't have the money to be doing that type of stuff, then you got to do what you got to do, because this right here is a lot better than the other crap that you could be getting. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, look, I got a lot of stuff here that was obviously $1, and this is a lot better. This is so much more better. You save a ton of money. The amount of money I spent on this, you can end up spending for 1 cut of meat. And if you see everything that I got here, you're like, okay, that's a lot. So, and right here we have a jar of asparagus spears. And this is really good. This has a lot of vitamins and minerals. This is something good to have on keto. The carbs are 2 grams of carbs per serving. There are 2 servings per jar, which is great. That if you want to have to split this, is 1 gram of carbs for half of this jar here, so that's really good. Next up, we have a can of cut green beans. And the carbs on this is 4 grams of carbs, 2 grams of fiber. We make it 2 net carbs, which there is 3 servings, so it's about 6 grams of carbs for this whole entire can, which is great. You can split this and have 3 grams of carbs or what have you. Next here, we have a little small jar of salsa. I got the medium spice salsa here. This is something good to have with the next thing I'm about to show you in a second. Or you can have this like with eggs, or like whatever you want to have your salsa with. This is something good to have. Now the carbs on this is 2 grams of carbs per serving, and per serving is 2 tablespoons, which is about normal for salsa. This is not something you should be having like all the time anyway. but it's great to have as like a quick little snack, maybe like a football party or something, and you want to have snacks that are similar to everybody else is having. I would recommend a salsa, plus the next thing I'm about to show you, which is very common item on keto, pork rinds. Now, if you've seen my previous videos, I did like a haul. I think it was an Aldi haul, and I showed me getting pork rinds. And I feel a little embarrassed that, I kind of wasn't practicing what I preach as far as reading the ingredient labels and things like that. I should have known better. I should have read the ingredient labels. I just assumed like, oh, pork rinds. The only thing I was paying attention to when I was buying the pork rinds was the fact that there was no carbs. I wasn't looking at the ingredients. Pork rinds, when you buy the flavored ones, have a lot of bad things in there. Maltodextrin, cornstarch, all the other kind of stuff you should not have. They're fried in like soybean oil, sunflower oil, all kinds of stuff. So if you want to get pork rinds, just get the plain kind and you'll be good to go. The ingredients on regular plain pork rinds is literally pork rinds and salt. That's it. So definitely stick with the plain ones. And next up, you have for vegetables. And again, I recommend getting fresh vegetables, but if you're in a pinch, you don't have money like that, whatever. Do what you got to do. We have, first up is frozen cut leaf spinach, and this is the steamable bag, which means you can just literally just pop that right in the microwave, because I'm sure you probably already knew that. But we have a cut leaf spinach right here. And next up for vegetables, we have broccoli cuts. Broccoli is one of my favorite vegetables ever. We have this for vegetables. Next up for a quick little snack. This is something I love doing, especially if, like if you just like get a little stressed, get a little tense, get a little bored, or whatever the case is. Nothing like good old sunflower seeds. This is something good to have. The carbs on this is 8 grams of carbs, but there's 4 grams of fiber, making it 4 grams of net carbs. Now, that right there is for the entire pack. I don't know about you, but I can never eat an entire pack in one sitting. This takes me maybe about a week. So you're really not getting them. You're probably like one little handful or so, you're probably getting less than a gram of carbs or whatever. So this is something really, really good to have. It's just kind of like one of those, you're sitting around, maybe you're antsy, a little too wired up on coffee. You need to calm yourself down. This is something, a nice little, quick little treat to have. Now this one really threw me off for a second there. I couldn't believe what I saw here, but yeah, wild caught salmon fillets. I looked on the back. I made sure that this was actually wild caught, and it actually is. It's wild caught salmon fillet. I bought 2 of them here. And I couldn't believe it. They actually have wild caught salmon there. And this will probably cost you a couple dollars in the store. So, you save about 50% just getting it from the dollar store. And the ingredients is pink salmon, water, and of course it has like the sodium something, whatever, to what is it called, to retain moisture, which is typical on any type of frozen fish. Obviously, the best type of thing to get will be fresh. But again, it's keto on the budget. So this is a really good deal. Wild caught salmon at the dollar store. Who knew? Next up here is spicy brown mustard. I like to have this if I'm ever getting something like Italian sausages or regular like hot sausages or something like that. I love to use spicy brown mustard on that. And in other dishes, sometimes I might mix it into like a tuna salad or something like that. And over here we have, which is really cool, I didn't even know they had this, so I went in there, and they have coconut oil. Coconut oil is one of the best oils that you can use on a ketogenic diet, along with avocado oil and olive oil, of course. But I have like a nice little small jar of coconut oil, which, it's a small jar, but it's $1. And it's 100% pure refined, which is what you want to look for when you look for coconut oil. And so that's pretty good. All right, next up is I bought a couple cans of canned sardines in water. And yes, sardines are an acquired taste. But hey, look, I never was eating sardines before I started the keto diet, and I decided to go ahead and give it a try anyway. I don't know, maybe my taste buds changed since starting the keto diet, but I love them now. I eat them with the hot sauce. And what I usually like to do with the sardines, I always add it into like a seafood salad if I want to have something like that. Like I'll put a packet of tuna along with a can of sardines in there to get all those omega-3s in there. They're very, very healthy. Sardines are like, if you really think about it, they're actually considered like a superfood. So yeah, highly recommend them. Again, they're acquired taste, but 5 different recipes. You can saute them up, butter, or there's a lot of things you can do with them to get them into your diet. All right, next up, they had a ton of seasonings there, but I just needed a couple, so I ended up getting a couple seasonings here. I have garlic powder and crushed red pepper. I'm a big spice guy. I love spices, or spicy food. So I ended up picking this up. But other than that, they had a ton of spices: oregano, parsley, onion powder. I mean, everything you could think of. So that's a really good deal. If you're looking for spices or whatever, try to save a couple of dollars. I definitely recommend going to the dollar store for that. Then for another little snack, I found this little pack of pecans, pecan halves and pieces. So I got this nice little pack here. The carbs on this is really, really excellent. It's 4 grams of carbs. It's 4 grams of carbs and 3 grams of fiber, with making it 1 net carb with this entire little package here, which is really, really good. So this is a nice little quick little snack, you know, maybe after lunch or you're on the go, maybe just got back from a jog or whatever. You know, so this is a nice little thing to have on the go. Next up, one of my favorite hot sauces, if not my most favorite hot sauce, is Texas Pete. Had a nice little bottle there for $1. So yeah, definitely. Like I said, I'm really into spices, so this is one of my go-tos. All right, next up, we have a couple of cans of tuna. I always get the tuna in chunk-like tuna in water. So got a nice couple cans of this. This is $1 here. And I like to put this in salads, or I don't recommend doing what I'm about to say often, but you know, I get one of those carb balance wraps, and I might take the tuna, mix it with some sardines, plus some cut up some peppers, cut up some green onions, put some lettuce in there, and make a big old seafood wrap, if you will. And it tastes amazing. So that's one way to get some good quality food in your system on a budget. All right. Next up, we have some Pitied white olives, and I bought 2 cans of that. And this is really good. You know, the carbs in this is 1 gram of carbs which is about 5 olives or so, which is about to be expected for any type of olives. I'm not sure exactly the nutritional reason for it, but I'm always hearing that the pitted olives are the better olives, the more healthier olives to get, instead of getting the ones with the filling in it. So, yep, they had this over there, so I picked that up as well. Now, this is something new that I've come across, and not recommend doing this on a daily basis or something that you do often, but I just decided to try it. My son had it before, and I decided to give it a try, and ever since I had it, I'm a little nervous because it tastes a little too weird. And that would be the Monster Energy Zero Ultra, the white one. Wow. Boy, is this good. Now, this is a pretty good deal, actually, you know, because this can would cost maybe about $1.85 or so elsewhere, and obviously it was only $1. So that was pretty good deal, and I got a couple of those. Don't worry, I'm not making a habit of having this all the time. I know it's not good for you to have all the time. And the carbs on these, it's the zero version 1, so it's like 0 calories. The carbs is 3 grams of carbs, but it's 2 grams of erythritol, which would make it 1 net gram of carb for the whole entire jar. For the whole entire can. So it's not too bad as far as the carbs is concerned, but the caffeine, on the other hand, you know, there's that. And last but not least, we have ranch dressing. I strongly recommend to try to find this. Probably your best bet would be in like a Whole Foods type of store or online or whatever the case is, to find a ranch dressing that has more higher quality ingredients, that's made with like the more higher quality oils like avocado oil or olive oil or anything like that. Because most of these types of dressings, or any type of dressing really, for that matter, is going to have a whole bunch of crap in it. You know, like this one right here has soybean oil, you know, sugar, a whole bunch of stuff that it should not have. Now the carbs in it is 2 grams of carbs for 2 tablespoons. And I like to have this just to have, I don't use this as my salad dressing ever. As a salad dressing, I will always just take this regular red wine vinegar and mix that with olive oil or avocado oil, or I will take white wine vinegar and mix that again with olive oil or avocado oil. But I would use this as kind of like a little dipping sauce for celery, cherry tomatoes, or something like that. So that's the only reason why I ever buy it. I never use it like too much of it at a time. And I might only use maybe about a tablespoon at a time. But still, I would recommend looking for a higher quality salad dressing if you're into ranch or anything like that. But yep, so there you have it. These are all the things that I was able to buy today at the Dollar Tree. My particular Dollar Tree really didn't have much in stock. There's a lot of things that were like, a lot of the shelves were empty and whatnot. But one thing I want to talk about before I end this video off is, I noticed in some of the other videos that I watched dealing with like Dollar Tree hauls, they were talking about like the chicken breast that was there, the beef patties, and believe it or not, they actually had a ribeye steak there. Now, I'm going to show a clip right here of the ribeye. And you can see with this ribeye here, the ingredients are terrible. And then I'm going to show a clip of the beef patty. And once again, you can see that the ingredients are terrible. I strongly recommend, yes, they are $1. Do not get those. That is absolutely, I would not get that in any way, shape, or form. If you want to save money on meat, I definitely recommend you can check out my other video. I did a video on shopping for meats at Aldi. You will save a ton of money. I bought a twin pack of grass-fed New York strip steak for, if I recall, it was $13. That's unheard of. Now I said grass-fed New York strips, and it was $13. 2 of them. There's a twin pack. All right, so you can save money. When it comes to meats, try to focus on getting as quality as you possibly can. Don't ever get anything like that from the dollar store. You know, just go to like one of your like more affordable supermarkets like Costco, BJ's Wholesale Club, Save a Lot, my favorite store of all time, Aldi. You know, go to those types of places, get those types of meats. It's better to get that. I mean, yes, of course, the top tier would be like grass-fed this, grass-fed that, organic meats or whatever case is. Of course, that's what you really want to shoot for. But if you can't, you can't. You know, just get the best that you can. Get that type of stuff from the dollar store, I don't recommend it. Now, in the meat topic, of course, like this wild salmon fillet here, that was a pretty good deal. You know, it's a pretty good find. I mean, the ingredients is salmon. You know, it's pretty much what you will find with frozen salmon at a supermarket anyhow. So that was a pretty good deal. But like I said, like when I saw those ingredients, I was like, and no. That's a no-go. So definitely don't recommend it. And if you also saw the ribeye shot that I showed you, I showed how the meat actually looked. That looked very, very terrible. Okay, ribeye is not supposed to look like that. That looked disgusting. It looked like it was old and just looked like it started fermenting. I don't know. But yeah, so I would definitely stay away from that type of stuff. But anyhow, yep. So there you have it. It is definitely possible to do keto on a budget. You can save a lot of money. But again, I definitely recommend, if you can, to just try to invest into your health and just get the more, the more higher quality of foods and things like that. But again, if you're on a budget, I don't know if you're in college or you're a student or, you're going through it right now, but you're trying to eat healthier. This works. There's nothing wrong with this right here. Nothing wrong with it at all. You can still eat healthy on a budget. You don't have to spend a fortune. It's not like, oh, I'm not keto if I don't have it, or like if I don't have organic, or if I don't have grass-fed, I'm not considered keto. Now, of course, you want to work up to that. You want to try to squeeze it in whenever you can. Like all the stuff here, yeah, I'm going to eat it all. But in the fridge here, I have some grass-fed butter. I don't have organic olive oil, but I have grass-fed butter. So it's kind of like a give and take. Just do what you can. Try to get organic this or grass-fed that. Look for deals. You might find deals in certain supermarkets, especially places like Aldi, where you can actually get organic or grass-fed at a really good price. All right, so that's about it for this video. I thank you so much for taking the time out to watch this video. I hope this gave you some type of insight, some type of ideas on what you can do next time you go to a dollar store, or any store for that matter, to start shopping for keto foods. And I'll let you know that it actually is possible to save money on keto. You don't have to spend a fortune to be on this type of diet. But yeah, if you like this video, please like it, Please also share it. And as I said before, if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. I have a ton of content to come. Thank you so much for watching this video. You enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one.